Okay, hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the delay, a little later than I expected. Had some technical difficulties. Those are always fun when you're trying to get on camera. We're back with some Shadow Empire. So, for those not in the know, I've played Shadow Empire on the channel when it first released via Matrix and Slytherin back, when was it, 6 months ago? I forget exactly when it was. So I've got a fair amount on the channel. I do have some issues with the game that I don't know if they've been resolved, but it's got an impending Steam release here on December 3rd, and I wanted to, take a look again, see what kind of progress has been made on getting some of the bugs streamed out or ironed out, and what kind of additions they've made. So airports or airplanes are being added to the game as part of the Steam release. For this first game, I'm not going to actually enable the airplanes, so if you're looking for that specifically, wait till my next one. I need to relearn the very basics of the game first. It's a pretty complex game, and it's been a while, so this first game's going to be me just poking at the buttons and looking at the screens and hemming and hawing and umming and awing a lot. So be prepared for that. If you've never seen Shadow Empire before, you may be in for a treat, depending on what your preferences are. It's a pretty grognardy war game. With some RPG elements and such like that, so you'll kind of get an idea as we go along. And I'll talk about it a bit as my memory returns to me. Like I said, I was pretty deep into it for a while there before I got a bit frustrated and then set it aside pending some updates. So let's go ahead and hit start new game. Let me move some windows around here. Let me know in chat if if the graphics are off, if the sound is off, any of that kind of stuff. Anytime I've start setting up for streaming a game I haven't done in a while or a new game, I always have to double check that stuff. So we're going to start off by picking what kind of planet we want to set up on. So we're going to do a small, normal-sized planet to begin with. I'm going to go with the Limos class. I'm not going to talk about all the various options and all the suggestions and strategies and so on. So this is very much a me playing the game and trying to remember how to play it, and less a me trying to teach you the game. So hopefully, you'll find it entertaining or educational or useful, and we'll kind of go from there. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I may or may not be able to answer them until I get back into the groove, so bear with me. But we're going to go with the Limos class. Not quite desert planet, not much better either. Some amount of liquid water, but they are always void of life. If they would have life, they'd be classified as either Siwa or Medusa. So I'm going to try to do a slimmed down version of the game just to get the basics back in my memory. So we're not going to have Air Force. We're not going to have animals on the planet. We're not going to play with story modules, things like that. We'll add those in as we go if we do continue playing. So Limos, history class, these are ways of kind of modifying the game world development. I'm not interested in doing any of these in particular, and I'm not going to cover them all, but they slant the game setup in certain directions, so you can kind of tailor your initial starting position and how the world is set up. It's got a very, very detailed planetology setup, and it all makes a difference in what kind of resources there's going to be, how many enemies or people are on the planet, native life, atmosphere, just tons and tons of detail that you can dive into if you desire. But I'm not going to pick any of these particular bents or directions to take. Alright, generation settings. From my memory, I believe I like to do quick planet generation. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of the planetary generation system. We're going to go complete fog of war. The only true way to play a war game. One human player. City-state starts fine. I do like the one army per zone start. Just speeds it up very slightly in the very beginning of the game. Gives you a little more control. So we're going to go with one army per zone. None of the story modules for this first one. The base tech level of 3, normal speed, Supreme Council only, regular difficulty, and I am not going to disable the epochs or the easier logistics options. If you want to do if you want to do airplanes, by the way, you need to hit this. Now, I don't know if this will always be the case. I am playing a beta build, the most recent beta build as of yesterday, or today actually, which is not, as far as I know, it's not quite going to be what Steam release is. So I believe the master for the Steam release was a few beta builds back. But there may be a day one patch. But I'm going to play the most recent build with all the updates and fixes and so on. And I'm getting it from the Matrix Slytherin website and such. So this isn't strictly what the Steam release is going to be. It'll be a few builds back, basically. But I am not going to enable Air Forces for this first attempt that we're going to do. Okay, let's see what kind of planet we get. Ozosha Tertia. All right. 10% mountains, 77% plains, 13% oceans. We have an insidious atmosphere for human hazard, no farming hazard, no alien biology. 34 degrees Celsius, and what do we got? 3 majors and 26 minors. We'll go with that. That sounds fine. And we got quite a lot of rainfall, so we shouldn't have a problem with water. So yeah. So in this setup, with the options we chose, we got a yellow G2 star, axial tilt to 30 degrees, no alien biology present. I wanted that specifically because that's one of the things that really bugs me, is the way they handle the alien life forms. Space chickens and space crocodiles, there's one particular thing about them. I don't mind fighting them, but there's a thing about them that I really hate. Alien atmosphere, Earth planet life, managed to take root. Yeah, everything else is fine. So 3 majors, so 3 real opponents, and then 26 minors that me and the other 3 majors are going to be picking on. So that'll work. And then we have water. So let's go ahead and start game. Hey there, Karcher. Not exactly new. I played a whole bunch of it about 6 months ago, and then I set it aside because I was getting pretty frustrated about a few things. So we're revisiting it in honor of its Steam release next week, and seeing if some of the things that annoyed me are gone, or if maybe I have changed my mind entirely, and it's all roses now. We'll see. All right. One of my pet peeves is that I always have to completely redo this, and I really get tired of doing it because I don't know why it doesn't remember your last setting. I'm the kind of guy that always wants to pretty much do the same thing. So we are the Thraxian Empire, and I am, of course, your God Emperor. Our primary color is that kind of purplish. Our unit color is that kind of burnt orange. And my symbol, which they like to take from me, yep, they took my symbol again. It's another pet peeve of mine. How come I don't get to choose from all of the things, and then the computer can choose from the rest? Why do I sometimes have to put up with some other symbol? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I guess we'll be the space chicken. Or do I just want the cog? Let's go with the cog this time. But yeah, I wish it would remember these settings as the default and your symbol as the default, so I don't have to keep re-entering it every single time. I mean, if people want random, put a button on here that says random and let them do the random thing. But why not save this info? It's kind of silly to me that it doesn't. All right, whatever though. That's an old beef of mine. In we go. Okay, do I try to do the thing I've done in the past? Of course I do. I'm going to bang my head against that wall until my head caves in. So, commerce plus mind plus meritocracy. Thraxian Empire round 1. We suffered no losses nor made any kills. We have 2 decisions and 54-point reports waiting. Alright, previous God Emperor is buried. Long live the new king, our new God Emperor. Yes, yes. So we got what? Culture? Culture's terrible. I don't like culture. Alright, well, we'll deal with culture. Alright, we got the political points, the treasure hoard, the gladiators. We got our spy card. Ooh, recruit merc. And I don't care about the other 2. Okay, which one did we get? We got the commerce option. I always hope for meritocracy, but we got the commerce bonus. Okay. Now, like I said, if you have specific questions, I'll try to answer them. I remember, I don't know, probably 75-80% of all of this. But there's so many details in this game. It's so deep and complicated in certain areas. That's where I'm going to struggle, is trying to remember what I do when and what affects what. And I also, there have been quite a few changes, especially with logistics and some of the other complicated systems that are going to be completely different from when I last played it. So it'll take me a little bit of time to get back and to figure out some of the new stuff. But what we're doing here is we're picking kind of the direction our culture wants to follow. So we're going to do an economy focus. That is part of this whole system here, where we've got several different sets in different groupings. And you can see from the symbol, economy is the little $ symbol. So these are my 3 main ones that I chose initially from those choices earlier. So I really want to maintain these as high as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the commerce thriving. Private economy is our goal. That raises our commerce 11 points. That's going to jump to 59. Hey, look at that. It's 59. How exciting. All right, now we get to pick a council. We're going to go with the Economic Council. Usually, well, actually, before we choose that, let's go look at our people. Even before we do that, let's dismiss all this stuff because I don't need that help. All right, we'll do the decision in a minute. Let's go peruse our council and our people. That's really, really important. So we're going to do personnel overview. What do we got? Sort them by capability, please. So we got 3 cap 3s, no cap 4s, 2 cap... Okay, and 2 cap 1s. My advisor, awesome, I hate him. And that's not good. My commander of my only infantry brigade is pretty poor, capability-wise. What this is, basically, is how quickly they gain levels, essentially. It's how fast they get good at whatever job they've been given. So you want the higher the number, the better. So I'm happy that my governor is a capability 3. That's good for long term. The Supreme Council is another good one. Secretary, I don't really care. And the reserve pool doesn't matter. SHQ is pretty important. And then the advisor slot, this one is pretty important too. There's other things I need to check. So I need to see you. What is your... You like democracy, you like heart, and you like commerce. All right. We can keep that person happy with the various choices we make. Because if we make choices on the diametrically opposed profiles, then they get unhappy with us. So you always want to check and make sure that your war leaders are hopefully within the same profiles that you like. He's also a member of the Sacred School, so we'll have to check the Sacred School. We'll do that in a minute. Who else do I need to check carefully? Well, let's check our... let's check our factions. So, Sacred School, they really, really like the heart profile. That's unfortunate. And the Lawful League likes autocracy. So my Supreme Council leader and the Reserve Pool guy are members of the Lawful League, and they really prefer autocracy. So all the meritocracy choices that I make are going to make them unhappy. So not great to have your Supreme Council commander in a focus that's pretty diametrically opposed to your general choices. We'll see what we can do there. And back to personnel. So who do we have in our reserve pool? Blaine Ladrium. And he's one of those same kinds of guys. All right. Next thing I want to know. We're going to look at all of them real quick. So nothing in particular super high. Diplomacy, leadership, a little investigation. I'm looking for anybody that's got really high in certain skills, like covert ops. So, covert ops. Skill denotes a specialized field of covert ops. Must have skill for the director of your secret service. This guy is awesome at covert ops. I need to get my secretary assigned as my spy master as quickly as possible, because this covert ops number is going to be hugely beneficial with sending out spies, which will give me huge ability to... get maps of the nearby areas. Alright. So, I need to make a decision. Do I go straight for my spy council and try to take advantage of the bonus this is going to have, or do I go for the economic council? I can do both in relatively short order. I'll suffer some negatives, but it's good to know that my secretary I can slot in as my spy master. What I might do is go ahead and go with the Economic Council initially, and then as soon as I can, get the Spy Council going. Slot the Secretary in. So that's exactly the kind of thing I was looking for, though, is somebody I could put in as a Spy Master. It's so massively powerful to get an early good spy master. Pretty high diplomacy. He's my reserve pool member, huh? Unfortunately, it's gonna be a while before I can do much with diplomacy. Who else? Biff. Biff has got some bribery and not much else going for him. Sonic Gravman. Whole bunch of nothing. And finally, Mac. Ooh, whole bunch of oratory. That would be a good governor. Used in proposing peace, giving gifts, quelling unrest, convincing third parties, and giving a good speech. Yeah, and that is the governor. Awesome. So a cap 3 with really good oratory skill. Alright, I'm really happy with my governor. Except for, the militia profile's fine. That's not really a problem. Alright, so I'm really happy with my governor. That's a really important position, really powerful. And it's going to constantly get skill ups because there's so many actions that the governor takes. So cap 3 governor with a decent profile and good skill is going to be hugely beneficial. So I think the thing I most want to watch out for is my Supreme Command Council. Yeah, Supreme Command Counselor. He's cap 3, but he's of that faction that I'm not going to enjoy. He likes enforcement and autocracy, which I'm not going to be picking either of those very often. So I'm going to have to work on keeping him happy. He's going to have to get some cash. He's going to have to get some awards just to keep him happy unless I find somebody I think will be better. All right, now that I know who I'm working with and what my strengths are, let's go to the decisions. And this is where I was talking. I need to organize a council. I'm really tempted to go straight for the Secret Service Council and start smashing out high-level spies to send out to all my neighboring areas, because it's just ridiculously powerful. But I need the Economic Council in order to get research going and get some of the cards I'm going to need. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Economic. We'll set the Economic Council up first. Alright, what do we got? We're kind of down in the bottom corner. Uh-oh, Evanesco Chapogan. What is it with you guys wanting the hat off today? Alright, no problem. Let the follicles free. Let's see here. Alright, so if I remember right, that key turns the things off so I can see the terrain. We got radiation. Lovely. I'm not real certain how to deal with that effectively, and we're actually, every space around me is fully radiated, so great. How much? Radiation, I don't know if 170 is a lot. There you go, radiation hazard level 2. Alright, that's kind of ugly. 190. So, between 170 and 200 it looks like. Alright, I'm not sure exactly long-term how that's going to affect me. We've got that with 18,000 scavenger points. That's really good, so we can get a recycling center set up there earlier rather than later. We got 2 roads leading away, and we got what looks like maybe open territory. Little NPC town north of us. Okay, how did I normally go about my starts? Usually, well, let's check our strat cards. So, don't care about that one, don't need that one. Not going to send a spy out this round. I need my few points to probably recruit a junior. It's going to cost 8 of my 11 points. I don't have the points for either of those. Militia loss of faith. Randomly selected zone, I only have 1. 4d10 increase in militancy. So between 4 and 40. 4 and 40 militancy, huh? We are currently looking at 95 militancy level. So that's a loss of militancy, right? Yeah, decrease. Is that going to be super important this early? It can be, but I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to go for it. Let's go ahead and... so this is a... You take a negative in order to gain 2 extra fate points. So these are the fate point symbols. So which is what you pay to play these good cards. Red is bad, green is good. So I'm taking a negative in order to gain points that I can spend on other things. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's early enough, I don't think I'll be affected that much by the loss of militancy. It'll raise over time. So we're going to go ahead and execute that. So we lost 27. So it was going to be between 4 and 40. So we're, what, a little on the high side of what we could have rolled. And now we can spend points. I'm going to go ahead and treasure hoard, metals, rare metals, and fuel. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the treasure hoard.
Roger that.
We got 201 metals, 125 rare metals, and 461 fuel. So that's going to get added into my stockpile over here on the left. And that's all I got points for now. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the recruited junior.
Roger
Execute. New leader's been added to the pool. Let's go see what our new person looks like. Reserve pool. Kippy Fidget. Woo! Cap 4. Score. That's pretty hard to do, getting cap 4. How else are you looking like, Kippy Fidget? Militia, Heart, and Commerce. Really likes Militia. Of course, I just lowered my militancy by a huge amount. Oh well. Heart, that's okay. And likes Commerce. Alright. This is actually good for me. She does not like Heart. Meaning if I choose to disheart, then she'll be happier with me. Anytime I take Commerce, she'll be happy with me. If I do Militia choices, she'll be really, really happy with those. And basically these things dictate a sliding scale for how much she likes me. So this number here is how much she likes me. So it'll affect my decisions and all the various events and decisions and so on will be compared against this, and she'll get happier or unhappier as time goes by. I forgot to check these other things. Corruption. Alright, I'm not going to worry about that. That's a really good draw, though. No skills. She's brand new, but she'll learn really, really fast wherever I slot her in at. So that gives me a good option if I need to fire somebody. Alright, so we spent those points. Got no more to do there. What else do I usually do? I usually talk to my governor. We're going to call the governor up. Give zone orders. Let's give them a small budget. 20 credits a turn. Bump the salaries for the workers. Make them happy. And I want 1,500 recruits per turn instead of 500. And that should be it.
Roger that.
Alright, next up, can we sell anything? Actually, I need to check some numbers here. So, 1481. Items present for delivery. Delivered from zones, almost 300. I have no obvious water sources directly around me, so this is going to be a problem. Got to change next turn to some other value, because we do have a lot of rainfall in the area. That's not showing me the rainfall info. Rain 2, huh? Yeah, we're going to have a water problem, so I'm going to have to solve the water problem. And we don't have a huge excess of food, so unfortunately I'm probably not going to be able to sell stuff for credits. Let's buy one machinery ahead of time. I know I'm going to need that. And I'm going to hold off. Well, I mean, we just gave ourselves some resources, so I've got some metal. How come I don't have the rare earth? That's weird. Did I not get the materials from that card I played? Trying to remember. How do I see? No, not that. Not that. I thought there was a way to see events. Letterbox. Feels a lot like I'm not seeing the resources that I was supposed to get. Alright. Well, we'll keep going. Management. I got nothing I can do here. We're not worried about picking a tech at the moment. Yeah, nothing we can do there. Nothing to trade. Not assigning people yet. We'll assign the budget for our new office next round. Oh, now I remember. I need to get working on my my bureaucracy building. Construct. Government. Bureaucratic offices. So 200 metal, 100. Gonna take, unless I can buy 30 more metal, it'll take 2 turns instead of 1. Can I afford 30 metal? Probably not. Oh, maybe I can. Looks like it's pretty cheap. Alright, build, give me 32.
Copy that.
Alright, now we're over 200, immediately available. We've got 100, so we should get it in the first turn. So, construction, government, bureaucratic offices. 1 round of construction requires... Oh, we might still take 2 turns. I might not have the workers available. I don't have a lot of population doing things at the moment, so public jobs... Hopefully we'll be okay without me having a lot of production going on. I'd really like to get it in the first turn. That'd be awesome. Alright, bureaucratic offices. So the reason why I'm building this is... how to explain this? This is kind of complicated. But if I go to the report screen, the Empire dashboard, your Empire runs on bureaucratic points. So we're currently generating 22 bureaucratic points because of our buildings and infrastructure and people and bonuses. And then because we're a small bureaucracy, we get a bonus of 34. So big bureaucracies take negatives, small bureaucracies get bonuses. So we're getting a total of 56 BPs or bureaucratic points per round. That then gets split between the different councils. So right now all 50 went into the Supreme Command Council. Next round when we have 2 councils, it's going to get split between them based on what percentages I set. But basically, we got $56 of government money, essentially, is what it is, in order to invest. And that controls research, controls all sorts of stuff. So we're basically going to more than double our available budget for doing cool things by building this one structure. So I love trying to get it up early. I'm a little worried that I'm going to have a problem getting water. we may all die of dehydration if the water actually is this bad, if that number doesn't reset somehow next round. But I'm going for it. I want my bureaucratic office. Turn 1. Alright, so we've got a building going on, which we can see here. Under construction, 1 turn left. That's what that little symbol means. I'm not going to do roads. I'm not going to set up any other buildings. We're not raising formations. I think we're all set. Not much else. Oh, wait, no. I want to explore. That's what I want to do. Alright, what units do we have? I got 1 motorized. Alright, you're gonna go this way. Oh my crappin' god, we've already got a neighbor. Well, that's a problem. Wow, that's as far as you got to move? Strategic move? Holy crap, that is not what you were supposed to do. Howdy, neighbor. Don't mind me rushing up on your border. Here, how about I send a few more guys that way? You go explore the other road. Oh, that might be another city right there. That's gonna suck if it is. That's gonna suck a whole lot. Alright, you are gonna go this way, this way. Alright, what do I keep hitting that's putting me into strategic move mode? You are gonna go out this way. Alright, you're staying home. First Infantry Commander, you're going with your buddies. Alright, who do we got over here? Panzerraum. A minor regime. We've already discovered the capital of a minor regime, and we're bum rushing it. I supposedly it's possible to peacefully merge. I've never done it. I just never seen a need to do it. So I don't know if it's possible this early in the game, because you got to be able to have certain cards and certain cabinets in order to get those kinds of options, and it takes time to build up the rapport with the miner. And like I said, I've never managed it. It is possible, but I've never once done it. All right, now I think we're done. We've moved our troops and our units. We left one militia unit behind just in case there's trouble in the city. We're scouting with some of the others just to get the initial map unveiled and claim some territory temporarily. I'm going to try to rush my guys over. Even I'm not going to fight him immediately, but if I can park my guys here, it'll keep him from encroaching and taking the territory back. So right now I'm getting a free shot at grabbing territory that he controlled, quote unquote, until the border gets solidified through diplomatic options. So right now, either one of us can just walk over the other's territory. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that and try to take as much of his territory as I can by bum rushing a bunch of troops down before any kind of a war is declared or diplomacy is requested. So we'll see how successful I am. If we meet somebody else another direction, I'll have problems. So, you know, good times. All right, let's hit end turn. Yeah. All right, end turn. Yeah, well, that didn't work so good. He's going to try to surround my unit and cut me off. Okay, militia forces hold a parade. That's nice. Don't care. We found 400 GR Great Infantry. So this is another one of my pet peeves that I complain about. Basically, we found power armor that we're going to put on or equip some of our infantry with. So basically, we just got free power armor. I really, really wish there was an option to turn this off, because it throws the game balance just so out of whack. I mean, you agonize over your decisions on these micro scales, and you make tons and tons and tons of little tiny incremental choices to try to nudge yourself in different directions, and then just for free, whammo, here, have a super powerful unit that can crush everything before it. The disparity of the random is still something that throws me in this game. Alright, well, we'll take it and we'll use it. We got our spy again. We got the Blitzkrieg card. No thanks. So he's spread out, making it a little harder for me to crunch him in, but at least we still control the road. So, hey, they even put the super powerful unit right there in that group. Now, it's not a tank unit, but man, is it powerful. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here, the next unit down, this is what one of my normal units looks like. 800 troopers and 200 machine guns. So if I look at the details, my trooper units, we've got 100 hit points, we've got 10 heart attack, and we've got, what is this one? Soft attack. So 10 and 21. Heart attack, soft attack with 100 hit points. Okay. Here's the other guy. Here's the one they just handed me. These guys. 85 and 136. So not quite double the hit points. And 85 heart attack, 136 soft attack. Oh my god. So laser rifle and combat armor. Alright. I mean, it's not a city cracker on its own. It's close. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, pick a point. Where would you like me to put my face? No matter where you tell me, it's going to block something. So, I do understand that I'm probably got my face over top of something, but unless I do, like, hang my head up over here somewhere, and even then I'll block maps sometimes. It's just a really, really informationally dense interface. I was thinking of putting it right here, which was fairly not too bad. But wherever I put myself, yeah, we'll try right here for a bit. We'll try that spot. So let me know if I'm blocking stuff over there for a bit. But yeah, no matter where I put myself, it's going to be a problem at some point. So let me know. I'll move it again if something critical gets hidden. But I tried to find a spot that was fairly innocuous. Alright, so yeah, really powerful. So what we're going to do is we are going to click on him. How did I do this again? This is one of those interface things I have to remember. No. Was it bring up the details screen? Oh, here we go. Unit admin. Change HQ. No, it wasn't change HQ. It was... Alright, hold on. Wrong one again. That guy, that's who I want. Unit admin. Change HQ. There we go. I want you to be... I'm going to have him join the 1st Machine Gun Infantry Brigade. So he's now a member of that brigade. So when I click on the headquarters unit, it's part of that same group. Unit admin. Nope, not that screen. I don't remember all the screens. It's been too long. Not the types. So many screens. Order of battle. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. So we have our Supreme Headquarters, then our infantry units, the 1st Infantry. Now it's got these units. So the GR unit has now been added in. So we were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And now we've got the GR unit added in. So he's now officially linked to this unit. Which is great. Let's move. Let's see. We need to do a blocking maneuver, and I'd love to get control of the road going north as well. So I'm going to run you up that way. He'll probably roll somebody north. I need to make sure I plug this whole area, though. So let's go from the back forward. You get to there. You get down there. You can't make it to that space either, but no, you can't either. I'm not going to roll him down because I don't want him to get cut off. I kind of want to pull him back out again. Let's get an infantry unit added in there. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll bring the heavy hitter into the middle as well. That'll work. So we've spread our line out a bit. He'll have to work to try to cut my line off on either side. We'll probably play footsie a bit with our units, trying to secure the line. But I've already got the advantage because I'm directly adjacent to his capital already. So I'm going to leave the militia unit back at home. Let's go ahead and get you moving again. Oh yeah, 6. Cool. All right, so now I can tell the reach of my logistical supplies. I'm going to need to get a road moving down to the south here pretty soon, too. We have water! Cool, that helps. Alright, how much is in that space? Ooh, 22.9. 842 rain. 22.9 thousand. That's a really good ruins. Looks like we might have another one, but this is going to help us a lot, because as long as it's within our quote-unquote controlled borders, it's going to raise our numbers. Oh, see what happened? Remember how it was zeroed last turn? Now apparently we do have a huge amount of water coming in, so I'm not going to have a water problem. Food, on the other hand, is going to be an issue pretty quick, so we'll work on the food as soon as we... probably not next turn. Well, we'll start it next turn. Alright, but that's great. That's huge. That's really helpful. So we got a great resource site. We got another NPC faction town. And we've got another ruin right there. How about up here? Another ruin with 14.7 is pretty good. Mostly I'm just interested in securing the road. So done, done, done. These guys are done. All our units are done. We got decisions to make. Militia parade. Do we want to hold a parade? Generally, you do. I got $385. It's going to cost me 200 plus 1 political point to raise our militancy or militia by 10. I don't have 600. I can't do the big one. And I can't raise that kind of money easily, so we're just going to say yes. We'll spend the money. So this is going to help a few ways. So the advisor went up by 8. So the advisor is one of those ones that really likes the militia and militancy. And our militia profile went up. That's this one right here. Militia profile. Alright, what's next? Able commander offering services, really. We've been visited by a former military commander of Penzaroum. This commander is willing to join our federation in return for our assistance. Oh, this one. He's defecting, basically, from this place. Do we make him this promise and gain his service? The required favor is that you are to liberate his home village on Hex 3136. Is that this? Or, I mean, is that this? 3130. Nope, that's not that. Where's 3136? This way? 35, 31, 32, 34, 36. So down here. He wants me to liberate his home village down here. I might be able to get to that. Right? Maybe. If I want to say yes, because both of the profiles that can be raised by a yes answer are the ones I want. It raises mind and it raises commerce, both the ones that I'm focused on. Sure, why not? Let's say yes. How long though? How much time do we have? It doesn't really say. That's kind of rude. You gonna give me a time limit after I say yes?
Roger that.
Yeah, we're gonna make the promise. Alright, budget allocations. We now have 2 different councils, so our budget is going to be split accordingly. I am going to split it. Yeah, Supreme Council guy is going to get unhappy with me. I'm cutting his budget significantly. Let's go 50-50 for now, and then watch the negative number.
That.
Yeah, he got unhappy with me. He lowered his opinion by 6. That's fine. New director for the Economic Council. So, Yuri Menkib has a suitability of 17. That is huge. For this early in the game. Are you my Cap 4 new guy? No, Cap 3. Democracy. Doesn't like democracy. Does like meritocracy. So this is good. No corruption. Operational command. Inventor. Technician. Demolitions. Alright. He would be a really good Supreme Headquarters Commander too, but let's go ahead and get him into the Economic Council. Cap 3 is good. So yeah, we're going to say a point.
Roger that.
Alright, so his relation went up, of course, because we just gave him a job. Economic Council task priorities, prospecting. You're going to go down to 15%, locked in, and I want not too concerned about those. Mostly I want to be, let's see, right now I want high discoverability. We'll go with that.
Roger that.
Alright, Panzeroum demands regular relations. Ah, they're already wanting to solidify the border. Yeah, a bunch of yahoos. I'm not done taking your territory yet. So this is the request to open diplomatic relations, basically. So if I say yes to this, the border locks, and neither one of us can cross into the other person's territory without declaring war. If I say no, then we've got more time for me to shuffle around and try to grab territory. It's also going to make it harder for me to go secure that village for that guy. We could probably go to war. With the units I've got, I can get another militia or another infantry unit raised fairly quickly. I'm not worried about his units, but I'm not sure I'd be able to take his city anytime soon. So we'd basically have him under siege for a while. Oh, did somebody de-Evanesco me? Did I do the wrong one? How far apart were those? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't notice. Wait, I think the de-Evanesco came in afterwards, and I just didn't see the message yet. You got to remind me. I don't keep close eye on the hat situation. Yeah, this planet has pretty good rainfall, so I shouldn't have a problem there. Going back through chat. Yeah, the enemy can also find it. I don't dispute that it's equally handed out. One of my main... I have 3 main criticisms with the game, and I don't believe any of them have really been adjusted or touched. One, the overwhelming scale of the random events. They can take such huge, massive bounds on positive and negative in either direction. I mean, you can be handed on turn 1 a Galactic Republic heavy tank that instantly lets you overrun all your neighbors. And you get a massive, massive, insane boost to your expansion. Or your neighbor could be handed one. So, I mean, either way. Also, negative events where you've got a perfectly tuned and humming city that you've been very, very carefully micromanaging over 50 turns, and you've gotten it to a point where it's 100% happiness, 100% loyalty, producing like a champ, everybody's joyous and dancing in the streets, and a random event will occur. You'll roll a 1 on a die roll, and you're handed like 80 points of unhappiness. The whole city starts to riot, and there's just murder in the streets and looting and pillaging, and then it keeps happening because it's when you get handed that unhappiness, that then has the effect of causing more unhappiness events, which cause more unhappiness events, which cause more unhappiness events. So the scale of the random, given how insanely nitpicky detailed you're doing all your choices, it just makes me personally feel like it makes all of my previous decisions totally irrelevant. I could spend 5 hours of real time just brain sweat and tears and eking out little advantages and bonuses here and there, and then it hands me 5 tanks in 5 turns, and I just go and decimate the entire map. Or I get one event that causes a massive revolt in my number 1 city that had absolutely no problems, and then all of a sudden the city just stays in revolt for the next 50 turns. That's the kind of thing that just drives me nuts. Just the scale of the random in either direction. I just feel that it overwhelms the player agency. The other one is animals controlling territory. So space bunnies that walk across my roads and break my logistical network to the army that I've got assaulting an enemy capital, however far away. I mean, one space bunny will come running out of a mountain that I couldn't tell he was there, and I couldn't stop him, and so on. There's just no way to prevent it, and he just runs across the road and cuts off my logistics, and all of a sudden I can't feed my troops for a few turns. It's just, I hate that with a fucking passion. That's another thing I just really dislike. I don't mind it when intelligent units can do it and so on, but I can't stand it when just random wild animals can do that kind of thing. There was something else, I forgot what it was, but yeah, however. Lost track of what I was talking about. What does linking do? Oh, it makes that unit officially a part of that group, and therefore the unit will get benefits or bonuses from having the headquarters unit and its leader available nearby. Otherwise, he's an independent unit, and he's not getting the various combat and morale bonuses by having a headquarters leader unit nearby. You can only do it so many times. You can only grow and add so many units to a group. So you can't just do it infinitely. Okay. No, as far as I know, there's no fixed... it's been... Bear with me, it's been 6 months since I last played, so this is the first I've played it for quite a while. So my memory and my knowledge is going to be sketchy on some of the stuff until I get back into the swing of things. But the intent here with what we're trying to do at the moment is, like I said, he and I are trading. I'm basically stealing his territory, penning him in. He saw me doing it, and now he's asking me, hey, buddy, how about we solidify our borders? That's how this whole thing started. I have to make a decision here. If I say yes, great, I gain the mind profile here, or the psychology profile mind, but that means it locks the border, and I'm not sure that's in my best interest right now. I think I'm going to say no, and then we're going to get into a scuffle here pretty soon. I'm probably going to declare war on him so that I can A, clear out his local units, secure the area here, and go try to chase down that village. Speaking of which, did he put a time limit on that thing? Demand. Yep, he put a damn time limit on it. Why exactly do you not tell me that in the event message? All right, time for another pet peeve. We checked carefully. There was no mention of a deadline. There was no mention at all of a deadline. If I had known that I had 9 rounds in order to go to war and secure that village, I might have made a different decision. Oh yeah, my peeves get petted pretty hard by some of the lack of information and certain design choices. So apologies in advance if I tend to go off on rants, but I have a history with the game, and some of the stuff just seems fairly nonsensical to me. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. So if you disagree, I'm happy that you disagree. Feel free to explain yourself in chat, and we can have a good old discussion about it. But we'll go from there. So what do you think? What do you get for folks that may be familiar with the game somewhat? What do you think? Do I say yay, let's be friendly neighbors and stop taking territory? Or do I say no? So what I don't know is this is the full map, I believe. Let's see. Is it going to wrap around? Oh, nope. That's not the... Well, yeah, that is the full map. So that's how much space we've got. There are 3 other major nations, like myself, of the equivalent power level somewhere on this map. And I think it was 20-something of these miners. So if there's no majors anywhere near me, I'll be able to conquer this guy without too much problem. But if I've got a major like sitting right here, there's going to be a big issue. So yeah, the weird thing is I don't play warmonger profiles. I mean, I take meritocracy, commerce, and mind, which I've been banging my head against since the first day I played this, because it seems like all of the correct choices are autocracy, government, and fist. Those are the ones that seem super, super easy to raise and to keep high, but every damn time I get choices, it seems like later in the game, it's always negative this, negative this, negative this. We'll see. We'll see if it continues. There's a lot to understand in what this is doing for me. The reason you want to have certain numbers. And that's all bound up in this thing here. Profile tree. So this is like a special bonus tech tree. So meritocracy, commerce, and mind are the 3 that I'm focusing on or trying to. So you can see they're kind of grayed in. What's happening is if I can get them over 50, then I'll start to have it. I'm not sure why 62 is showing these counting down, but basically when they're over certain benchmarks, I think it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. No, it's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So while they're over the certain numbers, they'll have a percentage chance here of you acquiring that ability, and they're really powerful. So this is kind of like a wild card system that provides a lot of replayability in the game, because depending on what focus you take and which of these unlock, you get access to very certain powerful cards, certain powerful units, like the scavenger team. We get the techno mage down here. When we unlock the technology fascination. So there's a lot of really cool, powerful stuff in this little tree. And by manipulating your numbers and maintaining certain values, you can unlock and keep various combinations of things that can really, really make a big difference. So we're not going to worry about that for the moment. I got to make a decision here. I'm going to say, even though it's going to raise the fist profile, which I don't want, I'm going to say no. We're going to keep trading territory.
Roger that.
And that also had consequences for some of my other people. Letterbox. No, this doesn't show it. I know there's somewhere where I can look where I can see the effects of the things I've done this turn. I just can't remember where it's at. Alright, so we said no to that. We've moved our units. Oh yeah, did we finish our building? We did! Construction finished. So starting next round, we'll have an extra 50 bureaucracy points to put into our budgets. That's huge. That's a really big difference and a really big benefit. But I need to be careful about food. So delivered from zones, only 96. So yeah, we need to get a focus on a food building next. So we're going to wait around, though. I'm really low on IP anyway, which is industrial points. How about trade? Any trade we can do? Can we sell anything? Hey, I did get it. So those items didn't show up until the end of the round, apparently. So there's that, the reward for that mission, or that card that I used. It just didn't show up immediately, which I thought it would. 125 of them, huh? At 4 credits per. I don't remember if that's a good number or not. I don't remember the values. I'm going to go ahead and sell some, though. Let's sell, how much money do I have? 185. I won't need these for quite a while. Let's sell, we'll sell 60 of them. We'll sell half, a little under half. 239. Yeah, I'm going to need the money more than I'm going to need the rare earth. And, let's buy one more machine.
Copy that.
Alright, we're good. Strat cards. Oh yes, strat cards. Plus, I got 14 points. Can I get another? Let's see. Hey, you.
Standing by for orders.
2 for a new organization. I'm going to do the new org.
Roger
Yes.
that.
Alright, so next. Let's add, I want my Secret Service. I want my spies.
Roger that.
Cool. So we had enough. 2 to call my secretary, 8 for setting up a new organization. So now, next round, I'll get to assign a spy commander, or spy officer. And that's hopefully when we're going to put... was it Kippy? Or no, it was my secretary I was going to put in that position, right? Yeah, 43 covert ops. I'm gonna slot my secretary into the head of the Secret Service. All right, I think we're done. I'm gonna save my 2 spy cards until we get the spy master online. And I could do. I only got 4 points left. Never mind, we're done. All right, let's see what this Yahoo does with the borders. Let's see if he's brave enough to try to run a guy around me. He's gonna be afraid of getting cut off just like I am. So I suspect he's just going to kind of consolidate. He might actually pull everybody back in. We'll see what he does. Show you for some professional war skills. How about some rank amateur laughing and flailing? Whoa! Oh, he ceded a spot to me. He shouldn't have done that. 3 decisions, 58 reports. Sounds scary, but the 58 reports are just all that. We got 7 machinery. We got 38 rare metals. And we got the fate stratagem. Alright, new fate card. So we got the paranoia card. I might do paranoia. Feast, another treasure hoard, or the teachers. Alright. Hey, I want you to not... Preferences, no more advice. Go away. Go away! Alright, so he shuffled his units around again. He's trying to secure that road, or trying to keep that road connection. I'm going to keep spreading out. I'm going to keep trying to cut him off. I don't know if I've got enough units to maintain this whole border, though. What do I got here? I got 3 units here, including the mobile. Let's bring the mobile out on the flank. We'll bring him forward. We'll bring him to there. And we'll move